Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Nev, and welcome to Operation Floodgate. So, Operation Floodgate is the newest dungeon in the War Within. This is the PTR, and I have been really enjoying the PTOs so far. Been testing out the new tier sets, as well as obviously checking out the new dungeon and just trying to get a better understanding of it. Okay, so this is a +8. I couldn't get into any 10s or any 12s or anything like that. However, a +8 will still show you enough to understand what this dungeon is about. Now, obviously, this is the PTR. Things will change, okay? The scaling and the amount of damage and all that stuff, everything is subject to change. So, if you're watching this video, just understand that this is just like, it's testing stuff out, seeing how things feel, checking out the mobs, checking out the different routes you can take and the bosses and everything like that. In this video, I will try and to explain to you some of the mobs. Obviously, I don't know everything, so during those times, I will just kind of let the gameplay go. But there are a few mobs that I kind of do understand now, so hopefully it gives you guys a better understanding as well if you want to play on the PTR and test this stuff out yourselves. Okay, so with all that being said, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and let's begin. So, all right, so we do a little countdown timer here shortly. Someone puts down some a cauldron for some flask if anybody needs it. Let's go ahead and skip this. Now, as you can see by my user interface, yes, weak ores is working, cell is working, everything else pretty much is working. Everything. The only weird thing about my UI setup right now is there's a bug with LVUI, and it does not allow you to see your action bars. Now, I personally don't play with my action bars showing anyway, but I just want to throw that out there for you guys that if you're playing with LVUI, there is a bug with LVUI right now on the PTR. Now, on retail, LVUI obviously works just fine. Okay, so I'm adjusting the damage meter. I do keep it on damage for you guys. I know you guys probably care more about damage rather than HPS and all that stuff. But so our group leader says he can't do the pull timer. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. I do also try and I kind of hide the chat from you guys. I blur the chat. I do that mainly when I stream. However, I just forgot to take it off for this video, so just kind of deal with the blur chat right there. I do that just because I know how some people can be completely nasty in chat. Also, a couple of things about the UI. This weak ore right here does not work. It shows the time, it shows you the key and everything, but I believe it just doesn't function 100% right. All right, so we're going to start with the right hand side here. We're going to skip that 3000 mob, and I'll show you what that does in a bit. Obviously, all of those snipers was hitting me at the same time, so I did a leg sweep, and I also kicked those snipers. So those snipers do need to be kicked. They didn't seem to do a whole lot of damage here. I'm just pretty much doing a DPS rotation. Obviously, you can see the mage has some pretty good damage right there. Now, everything is on the mage. Now, these things seem to target people. And you can see that wind up right there. People are just getting chewed up. And I got a little thing over my head right there telling me that something is targeting me. Now, what I should have really done was I should have used Ring of Peace. But all good. But the real dangerous mob in this whole entire pool right now is this 3000 mob. Now, I have a weak ore telling me that when the saws are going to go out, but you can see how much damage those saws do. So those saws are absolutely ridiculous, and I don't exactly know if they prioritize range or melee or anything, but that's going to be a massive headache when this thing goes live. Also, the 3000 mob does a
Feet.
frontal, so that's something else you have to worry about. So it's like, do you get hit by the frontal or do you get hit by the actual saws? I was
Feet.
kind of struggling to keep people up here. Like, this is a nasty, nasty pull. Now, I should have popped CG, I do understand that, but it was really just hard for me to keep on top of the mobs to continue to heal. If I was able to get 100% uptime on the mobs, I'm pretty sure that actually healing wouldn't have been a real issue. In fact, I would say a lot of times in this dungeon, some of the deaths were just simply because I couldn't keep uptime on the mobs. Now, you also saw right there, so we get these stockpiles, right? And we got to find 5 of these stockpiles before we unlock, I believe it's the 3rd boss. Okay, and you'll see them scattered around the dungeon. It's one of those mechanics again, which is not a huge deal. It's whatever, right? But you can kind of get them as you're going through, the other bosses. Now, I was asking the group, is the Apex still bugged? And the reason I was asking that is because there was a bug, and I'm pretty sure there's still a bug right now on PTR with that Apex, and it gives mobs like a ridiculous % of DR.
Your survival.
Yeah, I bit the dust there. That was 100% my fault. Not that big of a deal. We're going to just run back. I think this was actually a full wipe. I'm not for sure. The tank just got smothered too. I mean, this is a nasty pull. So the demolitionists, they put down the swirlies, I believe. You got the hyenas, they're chasing people. Also, the hyenas do that crackle. I mean, there's just a lot of things going on in this pool. I ring a piece to try and get the hyena away. Trying to keep uptime with the renewing mist there, which I'm kind of failing to do. I don't play this 100% perfect. So what I think is going on is I think the Apex is bugged, and it's giving everything DR. So. And we just can't kill it fast enough because this pack should have been blown. Like, we should have blown this pack up. I am running a trinket also in this dungeon, so you'll see these like you'll see these lines come out of my character. You can kind of see it now. This thing procs all the time, and it's fantastic. It's a healing trinket. It works by itself. I don't have to do anything. I don't know the PPM of it, but I can say one thing: it does a lot of healing, and it actually does a pretty decent job. So, which is kind of cool. I did run 2 healing trinkets, I believe, in this run. All right, so we got the Blood Whooper. This thing is nasty. All right, when it does that warp blood, you can see it is. I mean, it is whooping us now. The reason our health is dropping so much is because I really didn't have anything for this. I accidentally popped CG, I believe, and I just didn't have CG up for the warp blood. Now, I popped CG now, kind of late, but better late than never. I was struggling a little bit, like I said, to heal up here. But once I popped CG, everything seemed to be a little bit better. And now we go into this pool where we got the 2 snipers. So obviously the snipers do a cast we need to kick. The hyenas do a cast that we need to probably kick. And we got a couple of soldiers here. Nothing too big in this pool, honestly. I was trying to mess with my user interface also while we was doing this. So there's one of those stockpiles I was telling you guys about. You just click it, and eventually it does kill it. Now here's the first boss, Mama,
My power
or Big Mama. So the way this boss pretty much works, from what I understand, is you have these mecha drones. Okay, so you want to kill these mecha drones. You also want to. There's gonna be a mecha drone that you want to kick that mecha drone, because if you don't kick it, it does do a pushback, and it does a lot of damage. Also, Mama gets we get a damage amplifier whenever we kill all of these mecha drones, so that's another thing. Obviously, you want to dodge the swirlies on the ground that you can kind of see right there. And Mama, I believe Mama targets a specific person, and what you want to do is you want to let her charge, and then you want to move, that way you don't get stunned. And then there's a big AoE phase or whatever. Okay, that's pretty much the mechanics. Not too hard. So, as you can see, I ringed the things. We did lust here. And now, so you can see that mecha drone right there. You see it cast, and you can see that pushback that it just did. That pushback is pretty, it's pretty nasty. That pushback does a little bit of damage. Now, I was saving CG because we need CG for the big damage phase. All right, there's the. So you can see someone's getting targeted right there. I think it's the mage, and you can see that circle. Okay, that circle is going to move into. I'm thinking that this is the mage, because that's the druid right there. So you can see that circle is going to move towards the mage, and the mage needs to dodge in order to not get stunned. Okay, so that's pretty much the knockback. So you can see mage does a pretty good job there. This is the big this is the big amp phase, and this is the healing phase right here. All right, this is when you need to blow a healing cooldown during this jump start. Now for the monk, you should have, depending on how fast you kill these ads, you should have CG for almost every single damage phase. And if you don't, then maybe use defensives or something. Right, so I can see that mecha drone. I see it cast. There's also this phase too. So after we get done with that, Big Mama will throw down this area of denial, this lightning stuff on the ground, okay? And pretty much the tank just needs to kind of move over. There's also a tank buster. I forgot what the tank buster's thing name is called, but not too hard of a boss. The hardest thing about this boss is the mechanomes or mecha drones not getting kicked. That pushback does a lot of damage for some reason. So you can see me kicking. I'm constantly kicking these mecha drones because I do not want these things to go off here. Struggling a little bit. I probably could have. I don't know if they LOS me. Like I'm just. Oh yeah, here we go. So we're going back into the. No, I popped CG because I was like, I'm struggling. Prioritize myself with the cocoon right there. All right. So now I'm gonna move back away from the group. I'm just gonna dodge out. Simple, easy. And then we're gonna kill the boss, obviously. But yeah, very nasty if we don't do all of the mechanics right. So someone was saying also the affix bug. And they was talking about the affix bug. So I'm guessing what also happened was the affix went off or whatever, and it gave the boss a lot of damage reduction. No big deal. Like I said, it's PTR. Things are going to happen. All right, so these inspectors, they're going to do this like frontal. Just don't be in front of the frontal, obviously. We've already seen one of these blood whoopers that we need to kick. as well as we need to use some kind of healing cooldown for it, because that blood suction thing that it does is pretty nasty. All right, so we're getting these stockpiles again before we head to the second boss. So you can see we're 3 out of 5 here at the top. And then we're going to cross this little section right here. Now, if you do go into that water, it will shock you. It's kind of annoying. There's also these architects, and you can kind of see the architect, like, up here. Like, on top of this, like, I don't know. This, like, catwalk looking thing, or this table, I guess. This thing is awfully annoying, because you cannot really hit this guy, and he roots you. I'm pretty sure that's what's rooting, is the architect there, but yeah, it's just annoying. Accidentally popped CG here. Did not mean to do that, but that's all good. We also got these crabs. Yeah, so I am... got rooted again. Sorry, my throat is a little dry. Alright, so we got 4 out of 5 stockpiles. All good. Now, you want to try and dodge these kind of circles here. I try to ring a piece everything in. That way we don't have to face these in the water. As you can see, it's super annoying. I think, I don't know which guys do it. I think the divers do a harpoon, and then there's a guy that does a charge. And yeah, I'm doing my best to like stay alive. As you can see, we're getting like harpooned in. Like I'm just kind of free casting here, which is obviously not a good thing to do. I need to be like up on the target, but I was taking a lot of damage, man. Now, I wonder if those divers put some kind of... I think I died here. Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't. I thought I died here. I was like, man, I think I died. But, yeah. Again, we're getting rooted. We're getting knocked in the air. I mean, this thing is all chaotic. I popped CG. I just said, screw it. You know, I can get mana and stuff later. I don't even care at this point. Just want to live. So do the contractors here and the architect. You guys have seen this. I mean, you've seen these mobs, rather. And of course, these guys get on the scaffold. More of the same type of mobs. Kind of annoying, actually. These, the guys that root you are super annoying. Now we got the surveyors. I don't really know what they do except throw down some dynamite, which is kind of annoying, but... And now we're kind of going to this other side here. Now, we have 2 3,000 mobs.
Feet.
Someone was really questioning whether or not we pull both of these. I'm telling you what, guys, on a hierarchy, if they don't nerf this, this is going to be absolutely insane. You can see, I mean, it's hard for me to even
Feet.
Well, actually, I'm doing a better job now. There's also a bug, too,
Feet.
where there's some crocodiles that could also get pulled. There's just a lot of mobs in this area. Like, I'm eating frontals.
Feet.
And you can see it's just, like, non-stop. I started using my trinket. I'm also using the trinket where, oh, I switched it to healing. I was like, hey, what's my HP? I was on that. Alright. Let's talk about this next boss here. This boss is it's kind of hard, but it is pretty cool. First off, they do not share health, okay? As you can see on the right-hand side, one's got 97% health, one's at 96. Alright? Bront, I believe, does a wallop on the tank. That's the tank buster. If you are in the area of the wallop, or if you are on the boss when he does his wallop, I believe you also take a little bit of damage. That's really not that big of a deal. However, for a healer, what is a big deal is there will be a dispel. Alright? Now, next mechanic is the quick fuse guy right here. We're put down these lines and everything like that. I know we got the Ascendance affix over here. Not that big of a deal. So just dodge the lines on the ground. Not that big of a deal, right? We've all done that. The boss will move back and forth. It's really, really annoying for melee. Now, here is the big, kind of like the big mechanic, right? So you got these swirlies on the ground. You also got these bombs. Now, one of the bosses, I believe it's, I think it's Bront who does it, will charge a player, okay? Now, you're going to see my frame right here. So you can see how this mage right here has this debuff. My initial reaction as a healer, whenever I see a debuff that I can dispel, is to dispel it, right? Because usually debuffs like this, you know, I mean, they can not one tap you, so to speak, but they do drain a lot of health. So there you go. I'm going for the dispel. You don't really want to do this though. So we wipe on this boss a couple of times, and I'm going to show you all the wipes, and I'm going to show you all the screw ups. You can also see Bront does the charge, and you can see I'm getting charged as well, right? The whole objective though is when you get the debuff, you want to stand next to a bomb here, okay? Then when you get dispelled, what's going to happen is it's going to knock these bombs around. And you also want Bront to hit these bombs, okay? So I hope that makes sense. It's pretty annoying, but here I go. So barreling charge is on me right here. I'm trying to... See? I may run right into a bomb. No big deal. If the bombs go off, you're pretty much screwed, and you'll see that because when the bombs go off, I'm telling you what, it's a lot of damage. Like, it's crazy damage. Alright? So, right here, automatic dispel myself, and you can see I used diffuse magic to do it. That's how I did it so fast. Don't do that. Alright. So I'm dodging these lines. Well, I really sucked at dodging those. I think I was freaking out. But you can see we let some bombs go off, and you can see everyone was just drained. I'm using everything I have. So I also got stunned. We almost kill it this time. I don't understand how we screwed this up so bad, but we did. We screwed it up. Like I said, boom. You can see immediately. 2 bombs go off. And it's just ugly. Round 2 of the boss. I did go ahead and skip ahead to the next round. And I think I screwed up again, and I was dispelling immediately. Eventually someone does tell me that I keep dispelling too fast, and I should not do that. Of course, I got stunned. We let 2 bombs go off. I mean, it's just a lot.
A gift of power.
Do the affix right here. Yeah. You can see the debuffs. I mean, that's 2 debuffs. I mean, alright.
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
So, there you go. The mage is saying, hey, you need to circle for the bombs. I say, okay. Really wasn't aware of that. The dungeon, what the dungeon journal says is the boss runs through the bombs. Okay, now this spell does do some damage, but apparently the damage is not that big of a deal. So, we do the Walk of Shame. Again, I'm going to go ahead and skip forward here. We talked about it. So, I was asking, do we place the bombs on the circles? And someone said yes. Yes, we do. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. All right, there I go. Place the bombs on the circles. Dispel myself. I was a little late there, and I got kind of lucky, honestly.
Of power.
Shit. God damn it. You could probably hear me. I was talking to my buddies in Discord, and I was... It's fucking annoying, man. I was a little upset. Fucking boss is annoying. Fuck. Oh, you can see we're blasting this boss now. We're doing so much better on this boss than what we was doing. So, of course, let that boss hit that bomb. Now, I wonder. Oh, God. I can't get. This boss is really, really annoying, guys. I wonder if a paladin can kind of run into those bombs with bubble. We did get it. Not the best. Not the best, you know, play by me there. But the next boss. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that this next boss is might be a pug breaker. It's gonna be a pug breaker. So we go over here. These kelps, I don't know what. They just do a crap ton of damage. I didn't have a whole lot going. But they just do a crap ton of damage. I was going to do some DPS, actually. And then I saw how much damage that they was doing. Look at how much damage they start doing. And I'm just like, holy crap. So I pop CG immediately, and I'm like, we gotta start pumping a little HPS here. These guys are really, really, really annoying. So we was talking about doing the affix or not doing the affix because it's so bugged, and I was asking them, hey, what are we doing? Next boss.
A disappointment.
This thing is pretty cool. It's cool, but it's also complicated. So I'm gonna explain it to you the best I can. First off, tank gets hit pretty hard. Okay. Now, you can kind of see right here. It's really hard to see, but you can kind of see this bind, right? So, this is Sludge Fist. It's Sludge Fist 2.0, except it's a little worse. Okay? So, you get binded to your allies, and it does change, okay? Do not break the bind, obviously. Big damage goes out. Also, if you or your partner is too far away from each other, it will pull you in one direction or the other, and you'll see why that's dangerous here in a second. So, you got this guy. I think this is the tank, actually. I'm binded to him, right? You got this thing coming after me, or coming in my way. I need to get out of this. Alright. You also got these like rocks and stuff going off. Whole lot. It's a whole lot of chaos. Also, this boss has a lot of health. Awaken the swamp. Alright. Now you got these water puddles going everywhere as well. Okay? So this is when you crack a healing cooldown. And you rinse and repeat pretty much. But it starts getting more complicated. So you can see, look. You can see how I just got pulled. Now watch what happens. Someone goes left that I got tethered to. And I went right. Dude. Yeah. You fucking... So I died right there. Because I just got pulled in. And looking back on it, I guess both of us was kind of right. I mean, we're just taking so much damage. So now I think me and someone else was tethered to each other. Probably me and not sure who that was. But we do a pretty good job together. I got snapped again. I don't know who prioritizes with snapping though. I can tell you one thing. I was not happy with that first snap. I think that's me and the mage. That's tethered. Now I get tethered to, I guess, the tank there. Yeah, boss is pretty difficult.
I'm out of range.
Now we go into like the sewers. Let's talk about this mob right here. This Bubbles mob right here is hard, dude. So this Bubbles mob, what it does it like this frontal. It also does this big AoE. I try to save the mage here. I get the mage. I do save the mage. It looks like these bottom feeders start coming up. I'm not sure if that's if it's actually coming up or if it's just later kind of messing with me, but pretty difficult mob. Another another bridge mob. Of course, we got the inspectors and we got the electrician on this pack right here. Not sure what the electrician does. Puts a debuff maybe on somebody. More of the same mobs, the inspectors, 2 inspectors. You can see we are way over time. I guess the timer part of that week where it works is just not. Those bosses though.
My power.
Not anything else that works. Alright, we got this jump starter. This mob is pretty crazy as well. Alright. We put him on the bridge. He puts down these area of denial circles. Of course, move out of the circles. Pop a healing cooldown because it does big damage. Another one of those crazy mobs. Yeah. Alright, we go into this little room right here. They don't jump as bad. Especially if you got a melee comp. The inspectors. I'm also dealing with the affix here. We got the electrician again and another jump starter. So we need to kick the electricians. I should be dispelling, I'm not. I mean, we're just letting them go off, so. We got 2 jump starters now. Really annoying.
My power is transcendent.
Pop a cooldown. The mage hit the dust there. I was in my brain I was about to hit the mage with cheat cocoon, and I was a little too late there, but all good. Now obviously we didn't time this key, so go ahead and patch up. I'll talk about this boss a little bit. Alright, so the boss does this turbocharge or whatever, push down these lines on the ground. Get out of the lines. Easy. At the same time, you need to pop a healing cooldown because this is the big AoE phase. Alright. Boss is also going to put down these like circles. This water right here. Tank is going to get hit with Thunder Punch. That's the tank mechanic. You can see the tank's health. The tank got hit a little bit with Thunder Punch. Giga Zap. Now, if you get Giga Zap, I believe what you need to do is you need to run into the water. I did it, and it got rid of it, okay? The tank can also get hit with that mechanic. This Leaping Spark, however, what you want to do with Leaping Spark is, I'm not sure if you want to... Exactly, because I get stunned. Oh, maybe you want to make Leaping Spark go into the water as well. I'm not for sure on the Leaping Spark there.
My power is transcendent.
Giga Zap again on the tank there. Turbo Charge is on somebody. Another big AoE phase. Don't know what got the druid right there. Thunder Punch on the tank. I'm healing the tank there. They got Giga Zap again. And boom. That's the dungeon. And as you can see, there ain't no treasure chest at the end of this dungeon. That is bugged as well. There's no loot at the end. Overall, that was my HPS for the whole dungeon. Not great, but not perfect, right? So I hope you guys really like this run. It was a ton of fun for me because I like testing out things. And this dungeon, I'm telling you what, it looks like it's going to slap. I do hope some of the things get toned down quite a bit. Most notable, the 3,000 guys. That solve that they do is insanely crazy, as well as some of the AoE mechanics that kind of go on. Okay, and then some of the things are just they're more annoying than crazy. But that's the run. Tell me what you guys think. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do a lot of content sort of like this. I like Mythic Plus, even though I'm not Mr. 3000 or nothing, but you know, I do try. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, you guys take care, be safe, and peace. Bye, guys.